ask you this. Has President Tinubu done well economically?
Okay, so this is one question I may not be able to answer. Why?
Why?
Because I have access to him. So I can always discuss with him. So it would be unfair for me to come in front of the cameras and be assessing him. And today is just 23 months into the administration. It's still early days.
Did you call President Tinubu and told him it was unfair when he declared a state of emergency in Rivers?
No, I don't. You are also going to an area that I said I will not discuss. And that area is, I wouldn't discuss.
But it's not fair.
I wouldn't discuss.
Okay.
Listen, so that you hear me. I wouldn't discuss people. I wouldn't discuss other states. I wouldn't discuss the federal government.
Do you also share that private opinion when you see an uptick in inflation despite, I mean, I was just at the IMF spring meetings and the numbers were not good. An uptick in inflation despite rebasing.
Despite what?
The fact that we rebased, the inflation calculation parameters.
Yes.
And there's an uptick in 24%. The numbers are gloomy. They're saying over a couple of years, inflation might go up 37%. And you guys sit in the economic meeting with the president. Do you ever get to tell him and say, Mr. President, we're sinking, we're going under?
Did you start sinking today? You did start sinking today.
So
you have been sinking.
So is it not worth
and
telling
living
him?
in denial.
So is it not worth telling him?
No. I mean, when we go for meetings.
Oh, living in denial. So you support the subsidy removal, right?
Of course.
You support the flotation of the naira?
Subsidy removal was long overdue. And what was happening? What was happening is that big men like you and I, we are the ones.
Your Excellency, I'm not a big man.
You're a big man. You live in VI. For you to live in VI, you're a big man.
So,
in fact, I'm even afraid of you. When I heard that you live in VI, I said, in Lagos, I used to stay in Lekki. I couldn't afford VI.
At least you own. I don't own a home.
Well, we have to find out whether you own. Even be a tenant, to have mind to be a tenant in VI, that means that you are such a big man.
I will tell that.
So, no, but the point is this.
Yes.
There are a lot of things that we should have done. My interventions in this day. I had written extensively about this subsidy. So it was a scam. We just needed to do something
also
about
floating the naira?
Sorry?
Also floating the naira too?
Floating the naira, I had also written about it. But you see, I think what happened was that the two things happened about the same time.
Which was not a good one.
But then, over time, I believe that this economy, if we keep at it, the economy would rebound. Oh, now, are you surprised that inflation at 24%? What's interest rate?
Well, it's super high. Going up to 30%.
Yeah, no, it goes with interest rate. So if it keeps chasing you, no matter how much you rebase. So that's what it is.
But the hardship on people, the fact that the naira is not worth anything.
Very unfortunate.
And you feel that in your state. Do you tell that to the
president?
No,
it's very unfortunate.
But see,
some of the sacrifices must be made. If you don't make them today, you make them tomorrow. Or the economy will go up in flames.
But Mr. Governor, saying it's very unfortunate does not put food on the table of a hungry person. And people will die of hunger. And people are dying.
And saying it is fortunate will also not put food on the table. So you need to do something about it. We're just talking. We need to do something about it.
So what are you doing?
So one of the things that we are doing is to ensure that we create an environment where productivity will happen. Part of the problem with the exchange rate is because we are not producing much. It's because we are not exporting anything other than oil. It's because we are importing everything from the profane to the profound. We import toothpicks. We import bottled water. Should we be doing that? So that puts a lot of pressure on the foreign exchange market. And